Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive upgrade for your electronics projects. We're completely ditching those simple fire and forget commands and graduating to a robust, professional two-way communication system. You know that incredibly frustrating feeling when you build a smart home setup and it just inexplicably stops working and you have absolutely no idea why? Well, if you've been there, this is exactly the explainer you need.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, the one-way problem. Then, building a feedback loop, followed by architecture and hardware wiring. After that, we'll hit the workflow and practical demo and wrap up with real-world industrial applications.
All right, part 1, the one-way problem. So think back to our previous setup. We had a really straightforward one-way path. An ESP32 sent a command to an Arduino, which triggered a relay to turn on a bulb. Sounds simple enough, right? But here is the fatal flaw with that design. The command got sent down the line, sure, but the controller had absolutely zero visibility into the actual device state. It was literally yelling "turn on" into the void and just blindly hoping for the best.
So, the crucial point here is the stark contrast between these two approaches. With one-way communication, your device status is totally unknown. Errors go completely undetected, and your entire system operates totally blind. I mean, if the bulb burns out or a wire snaps, your dashboard still happily reports that it's on. But when we make the shift to a two-way system, we unlock reliable command verification, real-time status monitoring, and actual error recovery. That is what transforms a weekend toy into true industrial-grade control.
Moving on to part 2, building a feedback loop.
The critical hero of this entire explainer is acknowledgement. By engineering a closed-loop system where the Arduino actually reports back to the ESP32, we ensure the controller knows for a fact whether a command was executed successfully. Think of it like a digital return receipt. It's the ultimate safeguard that prevents failed commands from quietly ruining your automation.
And, transitioning from blind operation to this kind of closed-loop industrial control, it's a major shift in mindset. This isn't just a fun, hobbyist trick to make some desk lights blink. This type of feedback is a foundational requirement for literally any serious automated system.
Which brings us to part 3, architecture and hardware wiring. Don't worry, we're going to map this out logically.
And this brilliantly illustrates the roadmap of a single command traveling through our new system. The ESP32 acts as our central coordinator, pulling in commands from the Blink Cloud via Wi-Fi. Then, it forwards that command down to the Arduino Uno using a UART serial link. The Arduino physically switches the relay, triggers local feedback like an LCD display and a buzzer, and then, here's the kicker, it sends its status back up the chain to the ESP32, which finally updates the cloud.
To actually pull this off, here is your wiring checklist. Pay close attention to the UART transmit and receive pins. That is what establishes our two-way communication link. The ESP32's UART transmit pin, GPIO17, connects to the Arduino's receive pin, D0. Then, the Arduino's transmit pin, D1, connects back to the ESP32's receive pin, GPIO16. That crisscross is the absolute secret sauce for our two-way link. Everything else is just routing the Arduino to the relay, LCD, and buzzer for the execution phase.
Now hold on a second. Before you even think about powering anything up, please pay close attention to this. You must, absolutely must, connect a common ground between your ESP32 and Arduino before applying power. I literally cannot emphasize this enough. If you skip this step, the mismatched voltage levels can completely fry our microcontrollers. It is such a common hardware-destroying beginner mistake. Always share that ground wire.
Okay, let's get into part 4, workflow and practical demo.
So now we can see how the data actually flows in practice. From your phone over Wi-Fi to the ESP32, down to the Arduino, and straight to the bulb. But remember, it is a two-way street now. Every single stage of this workflow includes a verification step. The Arduino physically confirms execution first, and only then does the ESP32 update your cloud dashboard. That's how you get total end-to-end reliability.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how elegantly simple the actual code is. On the ESP32, you just use serial2.println on to transmit the string and read string to listen for the reply. On the Arduino side, a standard digital write fires the relay, we push a little text to the LCD and beep the buzzer, and finally we send serial.println OK on right back up the line as our rock-solid acknowledgement.
Okay, let's actually see this in action. For our practical test, we have the Blink app running on a smartphone to act as our control dashboard, and it's sitting right there next to the physical hardware, the Arduino, the relay, and the light bulb, all waiting for instructions.
Let's walk sequentially through the exact life cycle of a command. Step 1, the bulb is off, the relay is de-energized, and the LCD reads bulb off. Step 2, you press the button on the Blink app. The ESP32 catches that Wi-Fi command and instantly forwards on down the UART connection. Step 3, boom, the magic happens. The bulb turns on, the relay energizes, the LCD updates, and you get a very satisfying beep from the buzzer confirming local action. Finally, step 4, the Arduino immediately transmits OK on back to the ESP32, which updates your app in real time.
Let's move to part 5 and see how this builds into real-world industrial applications.
Because the humble UART acknowledgement we just built, it perfectly mirrors the handshaking protocols inside heavy-duty factory control panels, running complex assembly lines and massive robotic cells. A factory robot can't just guess it grabbed a part. It has to confirm it locally before the whole conveyor belt is allowed to move forward.
It's the exact same story for SCADA systems. The systems managing things like city power grids and water treatment plants rely entirely on this two-way feedback. They use it to constantly pull remote sensors and confirm that massive field actuators have actually responded to their commands in real time.
Even bringing it back closer to home, modern IoT environments use distributed embedded nodes, very much like our Arduino and ESP32 pair. By insisting on acknowledgement feedback across the network, they ensure perfectly reliable, synchronized control for whole home lighting, HVAC systems, and automated security.
So that wraps up today's explainer. But before you go, I want to leave you with a provocative question to ponder. What blind spots will you eliminate in your next project? We've seen just how dangerous one-way, blind operation can be, and how powerfully simple it is to engineer a robust, closed-loop system instead. Don't settle for just hoping your commands work. Build better, build smarter, and always, always demand feedback. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one.